Well, drive on, mama. Andrea TV here, coming back to you on Saturday night, January 8th, and it is 7:30 on the dot. I turned on the app at 7:26 when I was on the avenue, but not deep in, and got this order within the first minute. It's a batched order for $17.52, going a total of 3.8 miles, and we're off.
Fresh Med Mediterranean Restaurant and Market. Let's go.
Okay, time is now 8:03 p.m., but we have turned into the edge of the border where the offers that came in as I was dropping off.
Turn right onto Florida Avenue Northwest.
Was $17 and change to go 12 miles, and then two orders under $5 before I could cancel it or I stop request. So now we're going the 1.4 miles back to the Japanese restaurant. Let's go. Okay, the time is now 8:09 p.m. We are back on the avenue, and we received a batched order, $14.12, 3.7 miles. We're going to Duke's Counter and then back to Fresh Med. The first order, both pickups were at Fresh Med, but these two restaurants aren't that much apart. I would say within a half a mile of each other, so this is a good one. We're going.
On our way to Duke's, where our customer is getting a proper burger with truffle oil. Yum! Okay, we're on our way back to Fresh Med to pick up the second pickup. And I just wanted to come back and give you a tip. The location where you dash, Uber Eats, Grubhub matters. We saw from the beginning of the night, the difference of 1.4 miles can make the difference in the amount of tips that you're getting. So don't be afraid to venture out of your normal zone to a better one.
Time is currently 8:46 p.m. A lot of times the longest part of the actual park and walk process is when the person lives in an apartment, which was the first drop off, and the second was a college dorm where they wanted me to meet them at the door and not leave it on the shelf where all the deliveries go. So we are back on the road, 8:46, waiting on our next order. Okay, the time is now 8:46. A lot of times, the most time is taken when the customers live in apartments and want you to go to their apartment, or they live in dorms and don't want you to leave it on the shelf and put meat at door. The time is now 8:48. We have dropped off to both customers. It takes a little while when
turn right onto Wisconsin Avenue Northwest, then turn right.
The time is now 8:48 p.m. We are back on the avenue. Sometimes it does take a little while when you have two apartment drop-offs. It was an
parking lot.
Okay, the time is now 8:49 p.m. We just pulled up back on the avenue after the two drop-offs. It does take some time when you have one apartment where they want you to bring it to their apartment in a very large apartment building, and then the second is a dorm drop-off, but rather than leave it on the shelves, they have designated for the dorm deliveries. They want to meet you at the door, especially when it goes straight to voicemail for 2 or 3 times. As I was writing her name on the bag because the restaurant didn't, she walked up behind me and was like, hello? I was like, oh yeah, are you so-and-so? And she said yes. And I said, I called you, but your phone was going straight to voicemail. She said, oh, I'm sorry. But she took the order, so I didn't have to wait the full 8 minutes. And now we're waiting on our next order we'll take. They have sent us a couple of no-tip orders, but no, we're going to wait on something which is our minimum, $2 per mile and more than $5. Let's see how long it takes. Okay, it's 8:57. We took a quick bathroom break at McDonald's, and now we're going back to the other avenue where the restaurants are still open instead of waiting at McDonald's. Because the tips are better at restaurants that have sit-down table options or used to before COVID, but their prices are still the same. So they're open until 10 o'clock. We're going back there to see if we can get something. Okay, that order was the criteria, at least $2 per mile and more than $5. It was a great offer, $11 and change for 2.9 miles. But that 2.9, I'm sitting in front of the restaurant. That 2.9 leads right across town where they're going to bombard me with lowball offers once I get there, and there will be plenty of them, and it will take me 15 to 20 minutes to drive back to this neighborhood where I want to stay and work. So that is why I denied it. It may be another one that comes through in a few minutes. There's actually a second Japanese restaurant on this block, and there's also an Indian restaurant on this block, all of which most orders have good tips. So we'll see. Time is now 9:10. We'll see if I shot myself in the foot or not. This driver is picking up the order most likely I rejected. Time is now 9:16. And with the Prius, I'm sure the miles don't matter as much to him. He goes wherever he wants. But yeah, he got that one instead.
Okay, time is now 9:23. We just accepted a $6.75 Chipotle with Doordash going 0.8 miles. And we're off. Okay, so I guess I did not shoot myself in the foot. It is now 9:29, and they didn't have the Chipotle ready. So it just became ready, and I'm walking to my car. Received this Umi Japanese with Uber Eats going 1.6 miles. So yeah, patience. Now 9:51, both orders dropped off.
And we are 10 minutes away from the avenues we like to work on. So I guess I didn't shoot myself in the foot. $6.75, Doordash didn't have a hidden tip, and the $7.79 most likely won't have a hidden tip, but it's more than the 11 and change that would have left me way further across town.
Time is now 10:50 p.m. The orders have slowed down to almost a halt, and most of them that came through were very low dollar amounts for very high miles. We just took a $4.09 order going 0.2 miles. McDonald's going 0.2 miles, and I took it because I've been sitting here for about a half an hour, and we're going. Okay, we're going to see how long this takes. It just left the screen from in progress. Ours is ending with 1B4. Time is currently 10:55, and we're still waiting. Okay, 10:55. We have our order, and let's see how long it takes to drop off.
Okay, time is now 10:57. Put you guys in here, and we're gonna see how accurate they were. Time is now 11 on the dot. I am back in the car from meeting the customer. They came out to get it. Almost fell on a little ice, but that wasn't their fault. She asked, did he tip you? I said, I don't think so. She said, don't worry, I'm gonna do it. So we'll see. I guess the hunger bug has bit. Just picked up a $10.50 order on Doordash going 4.3 miles, and we're going to Surfside. On our way to Surfside, received the McDonald's going 1.7 miles in total for $7.79. We are playing Tetris. Time is now 11:39 p.m. Just completed both drop-offs. There was a hidden tip on the Doordash. That turned out to be $12.75. And we are on our way back to the Avenue. A little surge was going on when I left. Okay, the time is now 11:53 p.m. on our way back to the Avenue. Just picked up a Doordash going to 7-Eleven for a total of 2.6 miles, but I'm currently about 1.9 miles, so it should be about a mile away, and we're on our way. Okay, time is now 12:11 a.m. Just dropped off the Doordash, and as we were dropping off, picked up an Uber Eats. They have a $1.25 surge going on right now, so it's $10.30 for a total of 3 miles, and I'm currently 1.2 miles away from McDonald's, and we're going. Also coming back with an update, the final hour or an hour later happened on Uber Eats for that $4.08 order I took that was going 0.2 miles, where the girlfriend, when she met me at the door, said, "Did he tip you?" I said, "I don't think so." And she said, "I'll take care of it." They raised it, so it was $5.08. The base pay was $3.08, and then the tip went from $1 under the boyfriend alone to $2, and I'm still happy with it because it was literally 0.2 miles, a minute drive away, and it was after I was sitting for a half hour of nothing.
Okay, standing outside McDonald's, right before I walked in, they sent an add-on for no additional miles, meaning it's less than a mile. It's not no, additional miles, for $4.50. And then a Doordash came through for a Doordash pickup, 0.8 miles for $6.75. Can we juggle? Okay, time is now 12:25. We're gonna get everybody in a warm bag and let's see how long it takes to deliver. Okay, the time is currently 12:48 a.m. Just delivered all three, and they were all within, a couple of miles. And the difference for that add-on, one customer was 0.2 miles away from the other customer, and it's the customer I'm leaving now. And I believe he placed the order and then didn't get it, and I'll explain why.
Okay, so now I can explain to you why that last customer, which was the second McDonald's add-on / drop-off, most likely didn't get his first order. The number of the houses, let's say they're 84 in the 8400 block. When you get there, and if you drop it off at the pin that Uber Eats gives you, it would lead you to a house that is 8417. 8417 is not the right number, right? But the house next to it has Christmas lights, even though there are no internal lights on, Christmas lights, and is right next to 8417. So you would assume that that's 8413. You would be incorrect, because if you went to the house next to the lights on the other side of it, you will see that that was 8421, and you would have needed to go back down to get the customers correct. Okay, I'm going to explain to you why I think that that's the person's second makeup order. Okay, let's say the number of the block is 8400. So you get to where the pin sends you on Uber Eats, and 8417 is the house next to the pin. Then the house to the left has Christmas lights and no number anywhere on the house. So if you don't go at least 2 houses to the left or right, you don't know for sure if that's the right house because it has no number at all. But it has Christmas lights, it has their gate open like they have a dog or a baby, and since it's night, it's open and left open. So you leave it there because you're not looking 2 down or 2 to the left or right to make sure. And when I went up the steps and went through that baby gate, there was a bag of McDonald's. It is 33 degrees. That bag of McDonald's was left there whenever. Who knows? But that's why I thought, and I believe I'm correct, that they dropped it off at the wrong house. They didn't go the 2 up or the 2 down. They just went to where the pin was. They saw 8417 and assumed, oh, that must be 8413. And another reason that makes me think so, as I was doing that little filming and walking back to my car, the person at 8413 came out, got his food, and essentially slammed the door. Like, you people didn't get it right the first time, and now I had to wait longer. Just my take on things. Okay, we are back in the car. As we were finishing that drop-off, Uber Eats sent us $8.69, going for a total of 2.1 miles. And then before we can get to that first pickup, sent an add-on for $7 for an additional less than a mile. I forget what the point was, but less than a mile. And we just picked up the semolinas, and now we are going to get the second drop off. Let's go.
And we have arrived at Munchies.
Okay, time is now 1:27 a.m. Dropped off both of those orders, and that left me pretty much the borderline of Northwest and then downtown DC, and they were sending me a bunch of orders going further into downtown DC where I do not want to deliver, and I am on my way back. Okay, almost back to where we like to be on the avenue. 1:36 a.m. Just picked up an Uber Eats for $7.09 for a total of 2.8 miles, and we're about a mile from that McDonald's now. And we're off.
Okay, just picked up the McDonald's for Uber Eats. That's going to Bethesda. And before they finish with my order, got a Doordash for 1.1 miles for $9.75. So I hit accept, and they're working on it now. There's no other orders in front of it, so it should take less than 5 minutes. We'll see. But in the meantime, I'll put this one in the car, and we're gonna play some Tetris at night. Okay, time is now 1:50. Have my Doordash in hand. Let's see how long it takes from start to finish.
Time is now 2:09, now 2:10. Both orders dropped off. Time is now 2:14 a.m. On our way back to the avenue, picked up an order, $13.67, I believe, for a total of 4.5 miles or 4.7. Didn't take a screenshot because I'm driving, but essentially we're going to DC to Wawa. We're currently in Bethesda, going to DC to Wawa to bring back the Wawa to Bethesda. That's what we're doing, and we're doing it.
While here, might as well get the loaf of bread we need.
Okay, time is now 2:31 a.m. We are on our way to our last customer's drop-off. Bethesda is closer to the highway where I go home, and it's 2:30 in the morning. Sometimes you come out no matter what time in the evening, and you can get the orders in and no downtime, no breaks. But that wasn't tonight. There was a half hour of nothing, and I'm not going to reach my $200 goal. But at this point, I'll start earlier tomorrow and go home and get some rest and make my kitty kids some French toast for breakfast. So after this drop off, I'll wait the hour, and then I'll bring you my totals. And drive on, mama.
Andrea TV here from driveonmama.com, coming to give you my totals for Saturday, January 8th, 2022. For Uber Eats, the total came to $116.83, and I would like to thank my last customer. Came through with an additional tip, raising it to $20, which helped us reach or closer to our goal, even though we didn't get to the goal of $200. Most of the other fares, they were just tipped as promised, which is always not what I'm going for, but that is how that Saturday went. I try to go for more. And then for Doordash, I had two separate dashes. The first one started on the 8th but ended after 12, so that one was $34 even. You can see the times. I ended that at 1:10. Then the next dash was $9.75. That ended 2:38 a.m. So for Doordash, the total is $43.75. We were out from 7:30 approximately to 2:45 with orders, and that brings our total for the day to $160.58. And if you would like more tips and tricks, like and subscribe, because I'll be back with more. And driveonmama.com.